morning's witness. Please proceed, counsel.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, commissioners, and members of the audience. We are proceeding with that same theme, Mr. Chair, and the witness is being brought in at the moment. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I, BABUCARR JATTA.
I, BABUCARR JATTA.
Do swear that.
Do swear that.
I'll speak the truth.
I'll speak the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See.
Good morning, Mr. Jatta.
Good morning, Lead Counsel.
Welcome back to the TRRC.
Welcome. Thank you.
This is your third trip.
That's my third trip, yes, for sure.
I hope it would be the last.
Let's think so.
Good. The first was a disaster.
Okay.
The second was better. I hope this one would be excellent.
I should think so.
Good. Exercise the greatest discipline and answer questions asked.
Okay.
And do not go on a frolic and answer your own questions.
All right.
Mr. Jatta, since your last appearance here, we have established a protocol to have the testimonies interpreted in one of the local languages.
Okay.
In which local language would you prefer your testimony to be interpreted into?
That's your choice.
No, the choice is yours. It's your testimony.
Okay, let's go by Mandinka.
Perfect. Mandinka it would be. The Mandinka boot, are you ready? Yes. Mr. Jatta, you know the protocol.
Okay.
It is an offense to lie on the oath in this country. It is also an offense to provide false or misleading information to the Commission.
Mr. Jatta, Council come for a mindigo, ye tamandir bulol nying jang tiara sija yalo ne wala mindigo tumala men e kalota yenana kumos fo me alonko kumasoto balole mulwa tinyaldi haninka bi o nyakin o nyama fana yenana kalota yenana kumasoto balo fo tiara sija nyati no jang tiara sija lual ko to mulwa tinyaldi.
I don't understand.
You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I have had an interview that you gave in the past, in which you prided yourself for not providing the full information to the Commission, or to SFL for that matter. Well, you weren't talking to SFL. You were talking to the Commission, the Truth and Reconciliation Commission of the Republic of the Gambia. I hope you understand that.
Yes.
And it cannot be worn as a badge of honor that you did not provide the full information to the Commission. Do you understand that, Mr. Jatta?
I do.
Do you understand that? Could you answer, please?
Jabir, okay.
I just felt that I was not being given the opportunity. If you stop me at some level, I may be obliged to go down. It may be a long talk, but well.
Mr. Jatta, this is not about giving you opportunity. You deliberately withholding information, knowing that that information was relevant to the inquiry of the Commission. No, I did not say Tilimbali. I did not say that.
Tawo kan.
I said you deliberately withheld.
Tawo kan kibaro be bulu ima di commission la nyimu banku be commission la tamanke esa falla commission oti.
Okay.
Would you apologize to the commission for doing that?
The commission is abolo say no bampurila o baro kamba.
Very sorry.
Ako asi haketu.
Beginning is always difficult, you know.
Mr. Jatta, that was your second trip to the commission.
Mr. Jatta, and
the thing is, Mr. Jatta, you have occupied very senior positions in this country in the past.
And
it is very disappointing that a person of your stature to have occupied such positions would pride himself for misleading the commission. Let's hope that would not happen this time around. Could you answer now, please? You have given an undertaking, it would not happen.
No.
Thank you very much. Mr. Jatta, could you confirm your names again for the record?
I am retired Colonel BABUCARR JATTA.
Retired Colonel BABUCARR JATTA.
Date and place of birth?
I was born on December 26, 1960.
December 1960.
In Tujaren.
You are one CDS?
1994 to 2004.
1994 to 2004.
And you were later appointed as Minister for the Interior.
First March.
March
2005.
2005.
16 November 2006.
November 2006.
And during that period you were what?
And what all item munetinu?
Interior Minister.
Interior Minister tinu member tabanko kankuwala.
The normal nomenclature is Secretary of State for the Interior.
Secretary of State for the Interior.
Can you tell us what that job entailed?
Well, it requires directing policies
for
the services under command. That's the police, immigration, fire service, then National Drug Enforcement Agency. The prisons.
And in addition, you are responsible for maintenance of peace,
yes, law
and order in the country. Basically, you are in charge of internal security.
Yes.
The army is responsible for external threats.
You agree?
Can you tell us, in July 2005, you were the Minister or Secretary of State for the Interior, correct?
Silanga fanya ban July karo kono 2005 itel minister member de banko kono kunya la tonya fo.
Yes, yes, yes.
And do you recall the July 22nd, 2005 festivities?
For hakilo si buruno koma ban July 20 July karo tilimwani kilingo 2005 song kono bengo menketanu.
Yes.
Mr. Jatta, we are having interpretation, so you have to wait until the interpretation is done before you respond.
All right.
Good. So could you tell us what happened on that day?
The
The events starting from the evening of July 22nd onwards.
Are we going to talk about the festivity first? At the July 22nd, not so.
From the Kachala Janjulu follow la Menketa Juraro Janjumuti, July 22nd by Bato.
Yes.
Yes, we were there on this cultural festival.
Bijele nu ada Janjulu the Caring Festival.
Where was it held?
Then July 22nd Square.
Utumu ikafuje July 22nd by
Otherwise known as?
Makati Square.
You have to wait for the interpretation before you answer. Okay. And you are being shown on TV. So if you answer out of turn, the cameras would not have picked you up answering.
Okay.
Please, proceed.
Now the Makati Square.
Sai ikafuje ni Makati Square.
Proceed.
We had this festivity.
That in which date did it take place?
Was it the day after?
The evidence we have is that July 22nd was officially celebrated in the morning, and in the evening there was a musical jamboree.
Kibaro mensura jambate nga sedandro mensura wala July 22nd wato do ika bengo nyinda muta somandala ayana tendam fo ulara ndingola.
Yes, please. Then it must be on July 22nd.
Wata kata July karotil mu wandin fulole.
We were at the Makati Square.
The Makati Square.
And seated on the VIP.
The seating Alpha Balu Sidulato.
Do you remember to be seated at the VIP?
We have ministers.
Minister Lubiji.
Diplomats. Service chiefs.
And Canton Tankada Bunda Nyaton Kulu.
Except one.
For killing Mabe.
Who was not there?
Dabamarena Wale Tijemu.
The IGP was there.
IGP BJ.
The CDS was there.
CDS BJ.
And the president.
Ukola President from BJ.
Mr. Witness, we were given to understand that Dabamarena was there.
Atije. He was not there.
Look, we are looking for the video. We are looking for the video. We still could not find it. Any members of the public who has this video, please send it to the TRRC.
Video nyumba nyini kan hanin ka bibar maje no follow bari hanin kam be jama rahmano dani la momo yalan ko nyim video soro e TRRC de ma ngasoro.
So from the video I believe we'd be able to see who was there.
Video nyingo soro mbulo kono don.
So you said all the service chiefs were there except Dabamarena.
Ko tanko bunda nyaton kol be belu jening am manke Dabamarena ti.
The evidence I receive is all of them were there except for Langtombong Tamba.
Na sedandro men soro jam komandoro wala nyindi ko tanko bunda nyaton kol be belu jela ning amanke Langtombong Tamba do drone mo maintain nge.
It could be. As a colonel, those on my side whom I was talking to, they were all seated on my right. I could distinctly identify IGP,
IGP,
the CDS.
And CDS.
Could be seated at any other place.
And you did not see him?
Yes.
And you did not pay much attention to him?
No.
Would it be abnormal that, at least on the basis of what used to obtain that time, would it be abnormal that the NIA boss would not be there?
For you couldn't me along go among the Dalina court, Nimbensi Vabe caring, NIA and Yaronko Mabi Baliaji.
You should be there.
Maybe
depending on the sitting plan.
As a colonel, senior Fanan Ferro Latanyanu.
He may be seated up elsewhere.
As a senior Bladoto.
Those service chiefs
tanko bunda nyatonko
are answerable to you.
ibe mo molen melon ko ye danko itelema
Except Daba Marena.
na fani amanke daba marenati
And the CDS.
And CDS.
And the CDS, yes.
ni CDS wala msojaro la nyato
That's right. Okay. So who else was present?
mala fana be mabe rinje ko tanke
Those are the few I could remember.
How about dignitaries?
lundan ko mado ko tangol dum
I saw them seated, but
They were seated
at the back.
How about the dignitaries in front?
The front line were ministers,
ministers.
And
Secretary General,
ministers?
secretaries. Then they were called secretaries of.
Okay.
Then they were called secretaries.
Minister secretaries of Palace or Lefoye, member Menkuna Yola, secretary of this and this,
And
Well, I can't remember vividly.
you even forgot the president?
I said he came in later. Sorry, he came in later.
Okay. So, and tell us what happened. What was that festivity about? What were they doing?
We were celebrating July 22nd. Quite different from the March Pass, the parade in the morning.
March pass on Fada, Walla Musomanda, Canton in Tankada, Dukulalu, Ikao Macho Menke by a new Fatale.
In the evening, we have the cultural troops.
That
That is the dancing and the drumming.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
Those days, music and dance prevailed in excess. True or false?
True.
It's your statement.
Tonyala, Wotulula Tantankoso Nindo Asembo Warta, Tonyala.
Okay. So, and then what happened in that evening?
After midnight,
Bring Talantam in Flatambita, or bring Butala Tambita.
the IGP came to me,
IGP Natantakan,
knelt down,
and you tell Duma,
and he
Who
told me
was
that
the IGP?
IGP di police wala nyaton ko to watola
Usman Sonko.
Usman Sonko.
Usman Sonko. Let's try to know who this person is.
Usman Sonko nga kata ngalon jumala nyi mariti
He was a soldier.
Soldier Role Martinu,
He attained the rank of major.
that a fact major tea,
Commissioned, what kind of commission?
commission
This
civil
commission need to be regularized because we have 3 categories of commission.
ala commission makamu o nyanta londila num ay saha katu ni mukuleti me yalon ko ay sartol leso.
That is
That's
okay.
what we
The
call it.
commission
One
board.
is called, the first one is regular commission.
That's the
Follow
commission
ka
board.
follow regular commission.
Officers, for officers.
Wala
That is the commission board, right? You go through the board for selection to become a commission officer.
o ni be kela wata kata board leta board ila ko jube jami be tombon
Then the quartermaster.
Then we have the quartermaster commission.
Member no wala quarter master commission.
But in Gambia we had a third one.
kambe janga sama nyaw sala
Here we had a political or presidential commission.
It's all over the world.
Obe dunia bele kono de
Quartermaster commission,
quarter master commission.
sometimes you have people at specific areas.
Modo le kambo so no be dinkira do luto.
They used to be NCOs, non-commission officers.
On kake NCO letilu ka fo mene non commission officers ab menta nyaton ko lembari man idundi commission ko folo.
They rise through the ranks
Isi la palaso isi la fa yesele santo
till they hit RSM or sergeant major sometimes.
ani fo ni freta RSM palaso to wala sergeant major pat modol.
WO1 or WO2?
Double award. Active on the infantry side, we said RSM or sergeant major.
Men ya lon ko be sinna sojaro la karola ka folle RSM wala sergeant major.
But any other position, you are called a warrant officer class 1 or class 2.
But nim place dole me ka fo warrant officer follow wala warrant officer fulan nyaw.
I think we have received enough evidence on that in the commission. We understand all that.
jigida
Some of them,
sedan
specific areas,
Beteate la do ko to han fo ila dinkira dul ka soto.
upgrade them to second lieutenants.
Isi la palaso la fa yeken lieutenant fulan nyaw second lieutenant.
If the person is RSM,
namu RSM oti
then the commission would be at least to captain. If the person is WO2, then the commission should be lieutenant. Correct?
If they were sergeant and they have also capacitized themselves,
be sergeant yalla andu ifanal ketamuluti men yela lodula jiko mafa,
they still remain in that position,
andu tulawo place auto,
you can give them quartermaster commission.
isi quartermaster commission wodi wala.
Good. Then we come to sub-service commission.
Sub-service commission.
But for these quartermaster commissions, they will not go beyond major.
Yes.
Ha. Wala mindi quartermaster commission we bugata mi major la. Sedo ko ha.
Beyond major.
Ha.
Was that observed in Gambia?
For dun
I
Gambia
observed that.
I'm saying during Yaya Jammeh's time, was that observed?
Nko Yaya Jammeh la watu fo ka ke wonyale bang.
We have seen quartermaster commission here the other day, Lieutenant Colonel.
Na quartermaster commission ji janne bari isaja samu amaro ke amari ke Lieutenant Colonel oti.
It was serious.
Ha wode omuku sobe omuku.
You have lieutenant colonels, quartermaster commission commanding units.
Quartermaster commission le famenu ka bundalu nyaton kaya.
The rule is quartermaster commission should not have command authority.
Sarto munyeti quartermaster commission manyana kama sutu na mensi ke nyaton kaya kamati.
You people here were just doing what you wanted.
Tell molu mendi atali
True or false?
Tonya fu
Coming, true or false? It's false. Sorry, true.
Umutonyalti.
I am still coming. We didn't finish the commission yet.
Man commission will bam follow.
Let's go to the service commission.
Service commission.
Let's get these details out first.
Na nyi kolu lanya follow bonyoto.
The rules were not being respected. You have a lot of quartermaster commissions now that are now general.
Quartermaster commission jamal beje mialon ko sainteng mu general olneti.
In fact,
because let me just finish this. Let's take the short service commission and we'll do with it.
All right.
Then we can come to yours.
Na short service commission
professions like lawyers,
short service commission
engineers, despite doctors, despite being called short service.
Melu be ko lawyer lu doctor lu engineer lu.
The command, the honors goes to the regular commission.
Kata bunda lu menla wala meni alonko be commission lori woluto.
But even for them, they would not go beyond lieutenant colonel.
Ani wala fangol le
They can go beyond lieutenant colonel.
Yes, else they will quit.
Ha, isi tambi lieutenant
They
colonel.
can become generals.
You can be general, but you never command.
Isi ke general oti bari te kanti ya nola.
Now, for regular commissions, most cases they start at young age, officer cadet, 18 to 22.
Ni regular commission woni ka damuta wato la ni imari be funding ke yaring ka mo sanji tan sai ka selewe santo.
Others may be allowed up to 25.
Isi dolu bula wita han fo sanji mo ni lu soto.
Now let's go back to your question.
Sai na tela ni karot.
So,
I'm talking about the quartermaster commission commanding.
Quartermaster commission kanti.
Now,
sai
Usman was a sergeant.
Atimu sergeant oltinu.
After the 1994 coup,
During 1994 coup d'etat botala.
these were the ones they promoted to second lieutenants.
Yo wala moluti amenu la polaso la fa ke second lieutenant ka idabul kulu to nyame.
For what? For participating in the coup.
Puru imabeta coup d'etat nyin kono nyame ye dabula je.
so this was a reward.
Yes.
Amunda nyi muju sinya buru langol.
So that included the landing sanes and others.
Yes.
Munda be ko no landing sana na do nyolti.
So what kind of commission would you call that? This is the third limb, the political commissions.
The political commission of an
Yes, those are the political commission.
One political commission.
Are they sanctioned by the laws of this country?
Somebody told
They should be sanctioned, but the man at the
Are they allowed by the laws of this country? Are they in the GAFA?
No.
Ani?
So they are unlawful.
Practically.
Alanya la Carola. Luanta yalo.
And it prevailed in excess. I have had your interview where you said people were promoted for being able to do 50 push-ups.
That is Landing Sane. That was Landing Sane.
No, ngamele iko ye dolula bakamulu lafa hani balabo nyoto fea la Carola ke bulumaji ke fa wulindi tubabon ka fo push up ni o tallu ke no sila pala so lafa sedo ko wobele ko Landing Sane nyolu.
In the latter days of Jammeh, Jammeh's rule, I mean to say, there were big, massive promotions of soldiers to very, very high positions in one swoop. Were those regular?
The reason being, large number of the senior officers were retired.
But I asked this question to General Tamba. In all honesty, do you think that our army is able under its current structure to accommodate lieutenant generals?
Lieutenant General Makamo
The 10 years I served as the chief of staff.
Chief of staff.
Colonel.
Palasola.
The last rank in the army was brigadier general. I should have that brigadier general as soon as possible, as long as I'm seated.
Well, this
is not about you. Let's come to the situation as
I
it is today.
I'm coming. I love to take matters. When I gave my back, all these generals' ranks started emerging.
General Palaso
But, honestly speaking, sincerely, Lieutenant General is not the right rank for this army.
Lieutenant General Mank Makamuti Mense Blow in Sojar Bundai.
At my time,
even Major General is too high.
Yes. Major General. The last rank was Brigadier General.
Brigadier General.
At the time of leaving the armed forces, I had only 2,800 men.
How many?
2,800. Yes.
That is just under 3 battalions.
Yeah, we're just holding it there.
And you have the ranks.
Yeah, because we need to control the army. You see, the army, one of the conditions for establishing the armed forces was to have an armed forces that will not infringe on the economy.
Dalilo pour que sojar bunda londi fo wala min ka sojar bunda soto me yalon ko ila dunote la na tambila na banko la fanko.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You are a massive drain. Is that not true?
Batel na ta kedinka bati men ka fono kunun fonde.
Ako. By the way, I should be at the defense policy this morning.
My target
will be take that army.
Beg your pardon?
They need to peg the army.
The more the generals, the bigger crisis. You said it, I did not.
But you know, honestly, there was some element of control. I would have gone to the gentleman and said, look, it's high time you promote me. You cannot keep me as a colonel for 7 years.
But you know,
permanent secretaries have been there for 15 years as permanent secretaries.
Minister of Defense.
No, I'm saying permanent secretaries have been there for 15 years.
We don't know about them.
So my friend, there may be a limit beyond which you do not go.
Let's come to this. The last 3 months before my discharge, I was promoted to Brigadier General.
That was not regularized, was it?
It was gazetted.
Yeah, safe kitabu bala menka kibaru lusabra.
Did you wear the rank?
No.
Rank kwenye sakileba.
Hani mama kamo dunde kadu yambaile.
That leaves a bitter taste in your mouth.
No. If it's rank, I'm not interested.
You look. If you're a general, you retire with your everything, isn't it? Like a judge.
Yes.
So you retired as a colonel. That you just You just touched the sky, but they didn't allow you.
No.
I am sorry, Babukar.
Okay.
BABUCARR
Yeah, I didn't take it as anything.
Retired colonels are usually very bitter. Yes, because they smell general, but they never taste it.
But mark you, apart from in the military, we said appointment has precedence over rank.
Soldier Bundala.
Otherwise, brigadier general and a colonel are all brigade commanders.
Brigadier general and colonel will be
Yes, but if you are general, you retire with everything. If you are colonel, you go home with gratuity.
No, by my status.
25,000.
No, I said appointment has precedence over rank. Even if a couple is to be the serious, it retires whatever the general goes with.
Hanatra Kupra Nata CDST. And Ninga Bedhala, Udo Mustafa Kata.
Do you enjoy the monthly salary of a brigadier general? As you retire?
I've never paid brigadier general.
In the Manjo Brigadier General Palasso.
Are you still paid your colonel salary?
No.
So you see, there's a big difference.
It has been thrown away.
Yeah, file Katu Manake Kulorin.
Okay, so now let's go back to the issues. Mr. Jatta, would you agree that the rank structure of the army needs reform?
Mr. Jatta, ebe son namanyi nalako sojar kundaro ila makamol nyembelari nyame nga jarta kuru prumo ya londiku.
That depends on the commander-in-chief.
That
the question is not who has the authority to do it. The question is whether you, BABUCARR JATTA, former CDS, former Minister of Interior, you believe that the rank structure of the army needs to be reformed.
Ninkaro medola minikote BABUCARR JATTA ite menyalango inana keta sojaro le nyarnon ko de ikili onarana ke banko kono tanko ministati benyi ninkaro fo ite lata jinnala ko sojar kundaro la makamol be lare nyam fo ajareta la bampur moya falen ku banka londe ku gaba.
If it will not cause any collateral damage, yes.
Natara atamantora sila dinkra dolto tonyala.
All right, and what would amount to collateral damage in this situation?
We fear taking a person up to a certain level. He sees himself at that level. And next minute, tell him take a step back. Inconsistency in decision making.
Well, we should not bother ourselves with that, but I'm sure there is what they call dampai in Wolof, which is also compensation. I am sure that can do magic. But let's move on to July 22nd.
July 22nd, July Karoti Mondimfula.
So you saw all these people there and the president came later. Tell us what happened.
Usman came to me, the IGP, Usman Sonko.
Usman Nataya, the IGP.
He told me that they've arrested some people at Bara.
I knew from your call Mutabara
by the police.
Police only Muta.
I said, so what are you people doing about it?
I said,
I hope these are not migrants.
Who did you say that to?
IGP Usman Sonko.
IGP Usman Sonko ngafone.
Because as usual, that's always the case.
So I told
him that I hope the president is aware with these festivities, we need to inform him. He said, you informed him, go and inform him. So I went down we got some people, the police are...
Who asked you to ask who to inform who?
I told the IGP, I hope the president is aware. He said, you can inform him.
IGP
before they may think otherwise. I told the president.
So you went to the president?
Yes, I went and kneeled under the president and told him. We have some people, there's some arrest by the police of some
Namira ngani fayin ko nga police no yem modol le muta
with boats.
inin kulumul.
But from the IGP, some of them are scattered, so they're looking for them.
Bari IGP afanyan ko janjantal de bitu do jube kanne imam menuji.
Did you give him any further information?
Fo ina na kibar ko tan do diala la ko nyin kono bang.
He said, okay.
Ako ha primo fire.
Did you tell him that you believe these people were migrants?
Fo nyin fine ko itala mira lo yamere nyude ni mutamala ndede fo yo fine ba.
We were waiting for the police to come and report, but unbeknown to me,
Ndelbe tol police la kibaro le batuka ni membina la bari yara ntamambo men kalama
through the testimony of Usman Jallo here.
Usman Jallo la sede yaro kono jang.
By the time I was talking to the president,
Wato mentebe diamu kam president way.
these people were almost at the ferry, at the navy.
Waya tara yara nyimmolu natile hanfon na bala sojarul la kordatu.
That was less information.
Wamu kibar be andolti.
Yes, but what we want to know is...
Lafta kamel.
Oh, that's all. I do not say whether they are migrants and so on.
Ani olem bari mafa fo uda ilalle wala tamala le
Because the
mufai.
IGP did not tell me that these are migrants when I questioned him.
Kato IGP mafa nyen ko uda ilalle mbringa nyininka.
He said they are being arrested.
Ako ibe mutakanne.
I said, okay.
Nko okay.
I told him that this could be migrants, and the normal procedure is...
What did he say to that?
Ay mune fo woto ko kuma kangoto.
Brika nko asike nyil uda ilalle IGP.
He said it could be.
Afana yemen fo wala nyinti aseke.
We have received information that Sonko himself also went and kneeled down before the president and gave him a briefing.
Nga kibaro soro janko Sonko atafanan kita moldi me yalan ko wulita sidula dole atata nyoita president ko to ayo kibar kile nyin fae.
This is why I was telling you that they gave me late information.
Wala lembe fo kanjanko ya kibar tardere wala dintela. Ya dukundile.
No wonder when I talked to the president.
Wala ya kendi Burundi amuta president way.
He said, okay, I know.
Ako ha ngalon.
I think if we were there, or it could be before that,
Ako nimba nyama ngamira asekeno hani jamiro.
our line of communication should not be breached.
Na kangonyan tabula la nyolo ma imanyelo kangola silo tinyala.
You are the Minister for Interior.
Tele minister de member da banko kono kunyala o watola.
The briefing you received,
Ye kibaro men soro.
did they give you a description of the possessions of these people when they were arrested?
Nyimol me yalan ko ye muta fo kabiri ba sa tele ya fo namba ye muta nyame ba mu fensifa le be bulu ban fo ye fo namba.
First of all, let me clarify one thing here.
Follow mbarwa kukili sene yandi jang.
When the IGP talked to me,
Ring IGP dia mutante.
knowing fully well at Bara we have the NDEA,
Ngani lonko bara na
Immigration
NDEA
officers.
dukula bije immigration la mulu bije.
I said, hence we can form a team
Nko ha nsi kafunolo kenole.
trying to apprehend them.
Nsi nyoma koi purka kata kanyilu muta.
But he did not give me any clue as to what happened. But he told me that they have only bags. No, that was immigration the following day.
Bari ate man kuma fonte men sikulu bondinte bari pour kakumolu fonye menu bebulu ayo fonye woso mole Musambu
called me,
wala kumandi
tell me that
ayim fonye
these are in possession of just bags. I think these traveling bags they have.
akunyilu nga menu jebulu wala nyim tamaran sakoso lu drone bebulu
That's all they have. And I said, you know that these are migrants. He said yes.
ol drone bebulu kai woto aliyalon kunyil mu uda ilalete afon ko ha.
While you were at Makati Square, July 22nd Square,
Wato men ebe num Makati Square waranto July 22nd Square ko ka kumande nu nyame.
did you receive any information suggesting that these people were a threat to the security of this country?
Fo e kibar soto jeto le bang kaita fo e kaita ndila ko nyimmol me yalon ko ye mudateng nyimmol le men yalon ko maslan la lem banko la tanko nin tankada bundaro na banko kanjang.
No.
Hani
If they were a threat,
natara silan bunda lemu wala silanya lemu ila koti
because we have discussed that.
natundeliyo kachale
They would have been carrying some symbols of unity among themselves.
Symbols of?
Mercenaries, as I had on the commission here.
They would
have prepared themselves mentally to fight. There were 44 plus.
67.
Oh, it has gone up now.
Well, that is what it was.
And by virtue of their size, they could have overpowered the station at Bara.
Police korda wala kanta korda isi yolu mole ni boita kambara.
But when they went to arrest them, they accepted and they came.
Ila baribiri tate muta. Ibe sontane nati.
To the stations.
Nati station ontoji.
I think that if I were here to fight, at least I would have carried a hidden weapon.
Namira nintena takana kelo kedulato woto jora wonyanta tarlambulle mbe mabola mfambala.
And those who went to arrest them were not armed.
Such as
Pistols.
Menu beko kidindingulu. Adun menu tate muta. Ulu famal ni jora mante kama.
They went there as police, immigration, NDA. It's to follow them.
Tell me police immigration NDA do kulalo. Adu itel tara menu muta ulu sonta kabulelo.
They accepted to narrate their ordeal.
In
fact, you are saying that the circumstances of their arrest and the way they and manner they carried themselves eliminates every reasonable possibility to suggest that these were anything other than migrants.
Analyzed in the
taman zero remem fabilita ranyinu no kang ila alhalo ani ila kalendro ila kalanya be nyame wodro ya itandile ko nyumu molder me alon ko manna kwani kula ka ku keja mo yalon ko be masawla dinna banko ka nyimu tamala kensan wolle.
When did you make these observations?
What jumala ite nyin korosiro ke?
The following day when I was talking to him.
But at least while you people were all in the VIP section of the July 22nd square, you had no reason to believe that these people were a threat to the security of the state.
Wato men nal July 22nd mo bunya balle ngolla disidla do dingira nyinto ko almahani dalila kilin so dalbe lala men ka ko nyimmolu molle be alon ko e silan molle pour banko la tankor ko.
If there was any threat, the IGP, the CDS, maybe with the DG NI,
and in DG member NIA,
they cannot be part of us. They should be busy.
Okay, let's even take it for granted.
Okay.
Now, Yaya Jammeh is a retired colonel of the Gambia Armed Forces, correct?
Yaya Jammeh molde me alon ko ay fonyo sojar kundaro ni makamu men wolem retired colonel.
Correct?
Yes, please.
Wolem.
You are also a retired colonel.
And we defana mu retired colonel di sojar kundaro do be fonyo la.
Yes.
And the IGP was also a retired officer of the Gambia Armed Forces.
No soja po IGP fana mem police la nyaron ko do waro fana mu molde me alon ko ay do ko ke soja kundaro ay fonyo.
Correct?
To nya fo fani.
IGP was not retired. I think his service was transferred.
IGP Otembo amanke ko ay da hadu ko la de amunta la do ko yewole falin kabo karadola ya saundi kata karadola.
Let's agree he was a commissioned officer of the Gambia Armed Forces.
Ben kanto ko amu commission do kula di Gambia Armed Forces.
Me commission makamo
soto.
Ha.
There was also Navy Captain Asansar in your midst, correct?
Al kono je fana Navy ba kono sojaro la nyaron ko do fana beje ka me Asansar.
And there was also Durcham, who was commander of the GNG. RNG.
Durcham fana beje me alon ko ada fana mu commander de Republican National Guard.
Correct?
Yes.
Ha.
And all of you have knowledge
of
how to deal with captured enemies.
mol mi alon ko al sobitela ko mu jawol ledi be mo la ko albe marala nyame albe londo soto wotole.
Correct?
To nya fo fani.
Yes,
We all know that these were not enemies of the state.
Be nga ñil lon ko ñimmol mol de men alon ko manke jawolti banko e.
Correct?
To nya
Enemy combatant.
Or enemy combat. But even if we assume the worst scenario, that these were enemy combatants, there are laws as to how they should be dealt with. Correct?
Sorry.
Proceed.
Let me rectify this. In every order, orders that we gave to soldiers, there's a portion called administrative instructions. We have the acronym called D1. D stands for dress.
D dress
E equipment.
E walam joralulu.
W weapons.
W walam kelelangulu.
A ammunition.
A walam kesolu. Kesolu. R
ration.
Walam ila balurang.
M medical.
M ila jaral langulu.
P prisoners of war.
P walam ni menu mutakelokono.
T transport.
T walam ila tamaramulu.
Most tell these soldiers what they have to do.
If
they preach any one of them,
and
nothing is done about it, you the commander, you are responsible. That was why you saw Mbalo and others alive. I would have just finished them. But no.
Well, the question is whether you were there. But we would come to that.
Okay.
But you've talked about the P in the DWAMP. And for these so-called prisoners of war, let's just assume these were enemy combatants. We know that there was no armed conflict in Gambia. We know that there were no gunshots fired in Gambia, except for one by the police. So there is no armed conflict whatsoever. No. But assuming that these were enemy combatants, right, who are captured and are now prisoners, what does the law say about how these people should be treated?
Silang misalo ta ning ayatara nyumol mu moler me alonko inata kelo la jang anu ye muta silang luwa muna fo wala ko to ibe mara ila ko mara la nyamen ka sutiyandi
feed them humanly,
nyante mutalale ko nyante halamade mutopoto la nyalo
give them medical access.
Ye jara roslo dayele ye.
They should also cooperate by giving you their addresses.
Ndu falal nyanta sonno le ke taradulalu foyte mariye.
Make sure that nothing happens to them.
Dundu nyanta jara ku kana kela.
Nothing happens to
neba okuma ka neba
wala nyanta kuma nyanna kelela.
Should this have been known to Jame?
ko nyim kol bimbe kuler me alonko ya
Jamme bota kala
wala ba?
Yes, for sure he knows about it in the army.
Obviously this is known to you.
It was
all of you, all of those service chiefs you listed knew this. What happened the next day? No. After a while, during that, when Diame was informed, what happened?
I think this should not be Jame's problem. This should be our problems at the technical level.
Did he stay after the briefing? Did he stay in the ceremony, in the festivities, or what did he do?
In most cases, he will always witness this activity up till early morning.
jama nini nyon ku fasol be kering akasije la aya sede ya fosuba ma fawla.
And he would partake in the dancing.
Sometimes he likes to jump.
And he would demonstrate his...
He's a young man, he has to enjoy himself.
We agree.
He left around 1 a.m.
Soon after the briefings.
No, after when I talked to him. But I don't know when did IGP brief him.
He will
leave by around 1 o'clock to allow the invited guests to go home. Transportation is a problem. At some level, we usually use military trucks to lift them to Serekunda.
Jammeh left the place in anger.
But if he had left in anger, maybe, you know, we were also at distance.
Did he leave alone?
No, we did entourage.
Who are the entourage?
The protocol officer was there. Protocol officer, security officers.
How about the service chiefs?
Immediately we left all the survivors.
You never wanted to be there. You had to be there just to decorate the place for him.
Part of the whole thing.
What happened afterwards? As far as you know?
Council, before we get to that, if you don't mind, there is some clarity that we need from the witness on this particular point before we go on. And that is, it seems that the sequencing of individuals speaking to Jammeh is a bit convoluted. Can he, witness, can you tell us, tell the Commission, in very clear terms, what the sequencing of the contacts with Jammeh was in the VIP area? Who was the first to speak? Who was second? Who was third? And what exactly, in your own case, because you may not know what the others said, but what exactly did you say to Jammeh?
Chairman coming in Kawam Mintiko, Alaftabula clear Senea. Dia molu bulata nyono manyami menu dia muta Jammeh baye konoje wulu sutola. Jumale fono dia mutae, jumale mfulanjamuti, anin sabanjamu, anin brita kuno dia mutae fanang. Yemen faye anina yeja bimenna, anin kul folu kita itenya la yemen sede ya je. Lafta dinkira le Senea katu, dinkira lafta duru la doban dinkunin puto duruta.
This would help us understand what Jammeh knew, when he knew it, and what exactly you, as an individual, said to him.
Yimben makoila, puruna long, Jammeh men long, anim men fotae, anana talo nyadile, kolu ketaje nyamin bring atelu ning atilaw nyojo kering kola.
I did not see any other person briefing Jammeh.
Mammo doje men tata kadiamu Jammeh.
Even if there are one.
Jammeh
was at distance from me.
Jammeh be jam farintela le domandinde.
If they had kneeled there to talk to him, I may not hear what they have said.
Even if the
IGP has to bypass me and talk to the man, I will not know what he has told him. But this is what he told me when he was sitting next to me with Hassan. Yes. That was when I got up. I went to the president. I told him some foreigners have gone in, and we believe this, as usual case, this could be migrants. I told him that migrants, I don't want to avoid it.
Mr. Jatta.
Mr. Jatta.
Tell the commission exactly what you told the president.
For commission oite kundingo famfanke yemen for president nundo president.
Exactly what the IGP told me.
Exactly IGP yemen fonye.
We are arresting some people at Bara.
Ndemolu mutakanne Bara.
What come up with boats?
Melnin Kulumunata,
Kenus, not boats.
Yo, in Juano Lenata, Juano Molu Kabula, Menkulunding Lumen Labacono.
And these are people we all believe to be migrants.
Adun Lata Molu, Uda Elan Lemuiti.
So exactly what I've communicated.
No, Kumaka on the fire.
The problem I have with what you've just said, Mr. Jatta, is that you were asked this question before.
Yes.
And you told the commission that you did not tell him that they were migrants.
I mentioned it earlier on. But let's take a step further.
Let's not do that just yet. You clearly told the commission that you did not tell Jame at that time that these were migrants. What is the truth?
Okay, I use the word migrant. Okay, then let me just
just tell us.
Okay, let me come clearly here.
Yes.
I need to confirm that they are migrants in the first place. If they were enemy combatants, I have to tell them that these are enemy combatants. They said they are being arrested, and we did not come to a conclusion. Even the information that they have has not reached me yet. It's a common practice. We do arrest them from there, block them from entering if they couldn't meet the ECOWAS protocol.
Yo adunyina keta umufuso ke mutale mabo sako ni aketa mulutumulu ma ECOWAS la sartulu timandi.
Did you or did you not tell the president that these were migrants?
That's the question. Honestly, I admit it. Okay.
You have to wait for the interpretation and then you respond. You see, so did you or did you not tell the president that these people were migrants?
What I have at the back of my mind,
sometimes what you have at the back of your mind may be relevant, but what is more important is what you said and what you did.
Yes.
Did you participate in escorting the president back to State House?
No.
How about the service chiefs?
I did not see them leave. The time that the president left. By the time he came from those steps, knowing fully well he's going home, people started using the other step. Going home. Kind of exercise.
So what happened the next day?
I was on the phone with my DGNI. Immigration.
In
fact, the NDEA
from Bunda.
Following the was it a weekend or so?
It was a Saturday.
The event was on a Saturday?
No, the event was a Saturday. No, the event was a Friday and the next day was Saturday.
By Monday?
Let's not talk about Monday, let's talk about the next day.
Only on the phone we talked.
With who?
I talked with my DG. Immigration. And he confirmed that these are migrants.
And I told
of their status.
How did he know that?
Yes, his men there. At every station.
This Korda police
an immigration officer,
immigration
police officer,
police
so they accommodate one another.
And
okay. If these people were considered migrants, Which branch of the security forces should have responsibility over them?
Na tanko bunda jumala nyana kila molde mi alon ko letter nyana marli ñu lakko.
That's the immigration department.
Wala immigration do ko bundati.
And that department was answerable to you, correct?
Yes.
Andu do ko bunda nyi ki dan ku itelema.
Hade.
And what were they to do?
Nyana kamuneke.
They are supposed to process them.
Nyante la kulu be bola nyoto le kasafe.
If some of them are sick, they should be given treatment.
Ni sasa tolu be kono yejara.
The next moment, we send them back.
This menyanta bula la ndo wala ni murundi ke sayindi ibodulato.
And whose responsibility was it to ensure that this was done?
Jumala lonkunta duno mo de kaje ko nyiyeke.
The immigration department.
Immigration do ko bundati.
And who had supervisory authority over them?
Immigration department jumala korosiro be laari ngol kam.
The DG NIA.
DG member NIA.
DG NIA had...
Immigration.
DG Immigration.
Immigration.
And who had supervisory authority over the DG Immigration?
Jumala fana sombo sodo aninta mandre bulo member DG member NIA immigration kam. Jumala tamandre bulo baare fana kam.
That's me.
Wala mun tafawuti.
Did you do your job?
After this discussion,
did you do your job?
they have to leave. It's an SOP.
No foreign ko buta.
We don't have to inform one another.
Who would testify? Be careful what you
yes,
say.
yes, if you don't meet the ECOWAS protocol,
Mr. Jatta, are you talking about your knowledge of the process, or are you telling us exactly what you have done?
Mr. Jatta, evidam kam mole londo remen so ko nyin tamata nyam bam fo e mi betama mem fo kam mole nyi dete menke ba. We
are not talking about what ought to have happened. We have asked you what you have done.
Yes.
Did you do your job?
Yes. After when we found out, they were handed over to the NIA.
When
I called Marina.
Hold a second. Hold a second. At what stage did you hand them over to NIA?
At Bara, they bulldozed us.
They what?
The NIA came and bulldozed us and they took charge.
Bara mbeje tume na NIA na ta yesembo tamandin kan yekuluta ifaye.
How do you know that?
It has appeared even in testimony.
Don't talk about the testimony.
No.
Tell us about what happened at the time.
Yes. Before the testimony, we learned that the NIA were there.
And?
They are taking charge.
When did you know that?
I think on a Monday.
So when did you give directions to Mr. Mbu?
I told Mr. Mbu that the usual SOP.
No man for Mr. Mbu
requirement, let them leave.
Ning ECOWAS la sartolu mantima ya ibula ye sayindi botanan damin ko adalta kala nyami.
When did you tell Mr. Mbu?
I can't remember, but we discussed it. I think we also discussed it in the office.
You said the next day, being Saturday, you discussed with Mr. Mbu on the phone. What did you discuss?
We were discussing how far they have gone with the arrest, with the process.
And what did he tell you?
He said, well, we have the list of names. And so on. And that, we are forming the police, IG, I told the IG, now that these people are formed.
You see, BABUCARR, let's stop jumping from person to person to person to person. Let's have an orderly conversation. Let's talk about A. When we finish, then we move on to B. Then we jump
to the DG, with the ECOWAS requirements, let them leave.
Wolem DG ngamen fay ni ECOWAS la sarti dalu mantima ni tamala la karola iye bojang ye say ye murundi.
You said he told you there was a list.
Iko akoye ko told be jene betul safere.
And I got the list.
Andu to safere lu kayto ya dina.
It came from the NDEA.
Abota NDEA le la karola.
And where is the list?
Andu list on ni mol told le be safere
Office.
Abe office oko.
Whose office?
Of Jumal office.
At the ministry.
Abe Minister Bundar.
Okay, can we
a list of 36 personnel. Can't remember fully.
Hakilo tabe mutala be ko tan sabanu woro.
personnel you talked about?
Yes. So
what kind of personnel are you?
Those who are apprehended.
You call them personnel?
Personnels.
Huh?
Yes, by our security terms, we call them personnels.
You call them personnel?
Migrants, or you want me to call them migrants?
Migrants, but not personnel.
For me, we use personnel a lot.
Because
personnel means a group of people.
Personnel suggests that they are under the employee. They are under the employment of. If you say your personnel, it means they work for you.
Thank you for the personnel.
Okay. You said there was a list. Okay, Mr. Chair, perhaps we should order that he be given access to assist the Interior Ministry to search the office of the minister to see whether there is a list. So the order is that the Ministry of Interior should give Mr. BABUCARR JATTA access to the office of the minister and the archives of the Ministry of Interior to search for this document. So you would go with the investigators later.
Look,
yes, Council, you may proceed accordingly.
Thank you.
This was so many years to go.
Yes, we understand.
I will come and I'll assist.
Yes.
But let me have somebody from your end.
Of course, you would have that.
When you say, give me a call.
The order has been made. From here, you would speak to the investigators and then you proceed accordingly. All right. So, who gave you the list?
Then the chief executive, NDEA, Bunsane. He was the first person earlier on. The DG. I got the list. No, I told the DG I've got the list. It's okay.
But as at this time, for what? You are now talking about Monday, correct? But early that morning, something terrible had already happened.
Early that morning, that is on the 23rd, 22nd.
23rd. And what was that? What was that which happened?
I heard it from the testimony of this man.
Tell us what was that which happened.
I don't know what happened at that time. All we know was that the investigation was handed over to the NIA.
And then? Tell us what happened that morning.
I was not in the office. That was a relaxed day, Saturday.
Did you hear about dead bodies?
Later. At Ghana Town. It was during the week. During the week, yes. It was not the following day.
Did you go to Ghana Town? But we received information that you passed Ghana Town. And you stopped.
I am from Tujaran.
Did you stop there at Ghana Town? But of course, Mr. Jatta, To get to Tujereng, you have to pass by Tanjebad Reserve.
But Mr. Jata, ni bida Tujereng, for tambi Tanjela kunu dinkira malayandi dinkira nyintola.
Should something happen of that nature?
Passing
there?
No.
I should not be the first person.
Mr. Jata, you don't ask me questions.
I'm trying to make the fact to tell you that I was just not there. IGP.
The IGP
in the forefront.
Mr. Jata,
yes.
You are Inspector General of Police.
The
political side. The technical side is the IGP.
Well, you will have to explain that later. Okay? But you are Inspector, you are Minister of Interior. People have been massacred in the country. 3 kilometers away from your residence.
Kilometer sabala kaboila dingira to besaba
dingira. Kilometer saba de kilometer saba. Apart from November 11,
November 2011,
there has never been any single instance in this country where more people were killed than on the 23rd of July 2005.
Watina na mansura jankora damento ya longo iba fula mo jamal fata je ning abota July karotil morning fulola 2005 song.
You want to tell me you did not go there?
Ilafta ka fanye ko ita mantaje bang.
Did you go in spirit or in any other form? Did you go there?
You called me to inform me of this.
Did you go to the scene?
I did not go to the scene.
Why?
Somebody has to do that job.
The worst crime that has happened in this country since 1994, you Minister of Interior, you feel too big to go there?
Yes, no, we have somebody to do that.
Mr. Jata, you'd agree we have somebody who would pick up the bodies. We have somebody who would put them in the van. We have somebody who would drive the van to the mortuary.
Yes.
Mr. Jata, we son na manyina ko mole be sotla me alon ko wala be nyim furol sikal ke blandi moto kono mole be sotla me alon ko wala be moto boron le kay sam furol samba fure bu moto.
We understand that in this instance it would not be the job of the president to go there instantly.
Na faham na ko nyin tembe nda ta kila president la do ko de pour kata nyin dingira nyin ko tariyarinke.
But the Minister for Interior?
But the Minister me alon ko atala marta banko.
Well, we tell you it's your job.
Ndolba fule ko itala do ko lam.
Visit the site.
Yes.
I did not visit the site.
We have received information that yes, the IGP went there. But you also went there. You stopped the Tanjebad Reserve and then you spoke to the officers who were there. Pa Ahmad Jallo testified and he said BABUCARR JATTA.
Ahmad Jallo said
BABUCARR JATTA, Minister of Interior, passed and he stopped and he spoke and then he left.
Minister member banko kono kunya la nata lota je ndiamta atata.
If he says so,
okay.
It could be, but I can't remember. I should not be there. Or else I am doing the job of the IGP. The IGP's job is go and do this, go and do that, be at this place. Identified some dead bodies.
When did he call you?
What did you IGP? Police
Immediately those bodies were found. The date and so on the month. Although
it's the following morning.
was it the following morning?
The morning after the Jamboree.
I know that I was informed by the IGP.
But Mr. Jata, here you are.
Mr. Jata,
your IGP has informed you during the night of the celebration that some people have been apprehended.
Lungu men na nyim janjungo be kere July 22nd ko ko osudo la ay kalam da ko molle so tam yalan ko ye mutale.
They came by boat.
Enin kulungol nada.
Some people, some are at large, they are looking for them.
Dolu kanadale bari be nyinin kanne.
And the following morning,
wasa mo so mandala.
What did you hear?
Ite ye muna moy.
I know that prior to my departure to tour on
let's not talk about that.
I'm coming.
Mr.
I know
Jatta,
that the IGP
Mr.
has
Jatta,
informed me.
Mr. Jatta, let's exercise discipline.
Okay.
If we're talking about A, please don't go to Z.
All right.
Okay, let's just talk about the issue. The next morning, what were you informed? What were you told by the IGP?
IGP, police he told me that they have found some dead bodies at Ghana Town. Was it 6?
I won't
remember how many.
You flew the tomb of Ghana Town. Malum for war, Hakilo Mamuta Jelemude.
So we discussed that I say,
no, Kacha.
We need to evacuate these bodies, inform health.
Nani Froli Yante Bundula Jele, Jata Kende Abunda Bunda Kalama.
You know how to process these dead bodies.
But you
help them.
Help them. If
there's any other documents related to them, some an expert to be there. He told me that he himself will be going there.
Did you ask about those who were arrested the night before?
But that same night, we got to know that they were handed over to the NIA.
When did you know that?
Early morning.
Who told you that? Did you know that the early morning or you knew that on Monday?
I'm trying to recall. Let's assume that no, that was the following day morning, that it was they were handed over to the NIA.
Okay. You have apprehended all these people. According to your belief, they were handed over to NIA. And then you hear that same time that some dead bodies were discovered. Did you have reason to worry?
I called the DG. Yes, I was very worried.
Why were you worried?
This should not happen in this country.
Did you at that stage? Why? People die everywhere.
I don't know.
So why did you say that this should not happen in this country?
On a large scale.
People die.
But look at the way they were packed. That will show that something terribly wrong has happened here. There I called the DG.
Which DG?
DG Juma.
NIA.
Who was he?
Davamarena.
And then?
I said, I learned that this investigation is in your hands. So yes, we are trying to verify some information. I say, what kind of?
Okay. And then he said what?
I will talk to you later. I informed them of these dead bodies at Ghana Town. He said he was aware of it. But he told me that he had just a short session with them. And that we will release them. I said, but how we will release them. I said, release them to who?
Are these imagined conversations or actual conversations?
I said, but I think we should form.
But did Daba give you the impression that these people were under the custody of the NIA?
his men picked them up at Bara.
But who had responsibility over the police during that time?
I have responsibility.
Do you answer now?
I have the responsibility over the police. And that was our job.
But did you realize that these men were in fact under the custody of the police during this time?
I was not informed. I was with the
So the worry I have with what you have just said is, why would Daba Marena tell you or give you the suggestion that they have custody over the men when he knew fully well that the men were in fact under your custody?
Sa men da jahal jawala mi do muna da ba mare na ba fule ko ayin kalam dala ko nyimol be to la maro to ena elo anno hanyi lon ara hanyi lon ko nyimol bal to police la maro la amandre to la maro.
He was given the orders from the president.
You are answering a different question. We are not talking about where his orders were coming from. The issue is, why would Daba Marena give you the impression that he had custody of these people when he knew fully well that those people were in fact under your custody?
Because at the point of arrest and transportation, they were in charge. We were not happy with it. Because for the first time, the NIA is getting involved in migration matters.
But again, you are answering a different question. There is nothing to simplify in this question. You said that the migrants were under the possession, under the control of the NIA. IGP told me about it. But the reality is these people were taken to various police stations. Do the
NI have places to keep all these men?
Yes, yes, they did. Yes.
But they did not do it.
The NIA headquarters is bigger than even the police headquarters in Banjul. They had the prison. They had mile 2.
Oh, then we should have gone to mile 2, you see.
We are not talking about
that they were handed over to the police.
So the worry I have with your evidence is, why would they tell you that we have them when they know that you have them? Did Daba Marena actually tell you that, or you imagined he told you?
Okay.
Did you imagine he told you?
Yes, it was, they were in their hand, but by the early morning,
did you say yes?
He told me that we did not have much time with these people.
You see, your testimony is changing again. You said he told you that we would release them.
We did not have much time with these people.
You said he told you that there is something that we are looking for.
Yes.
But we would release them. That has now changed to, we did not have much time with these people, we have released them. The two are completely opposite.
Already we know that in the first place they were in with the NI. I know that on that night, NI boy at Bara took custody of this man and was facilitated by the Navy. So if that is the case, distance ourselves. Now I have got the call at the DG.
But BABUCARR, don't speak over the interpreter.
Okay, sometimes I got carried by emotions. Sorry for that.
And you answer on the basis of your emotion, how you feel. Correct?
Yeah.
Well, we want you to tell us the truth and not your emotion.
Okay, let's take it from here. Let me come back again. Let me come back again. They were picked up by the NIA. Facilitated by the Navy.
Did you go to the Navy headquarters?
In fact, this IG never told me that he was at the Navy headquarters.
In fact, IG Nilama Fontaine Quatebe, Subacolo Sojaro La Cordato.
They were picked up by the Navy.
Bacolo Sojaro,
sorry, yes. From there, they were handled by the NIA.
But that is not true.
Now, from your testimony, sorry, of one of the NIA guy, I learned that they were using our facilities. The IG did not tell me that they were using our facilities.
In the morning, when you heard about these dead bodies, did you inquire who these people were, where they came from?
By Monday, we had a short meeting at my office.
With who?
The IGP was there. IGP was there, in fact, on other service chiefs. We had the impression, could this be the work of traffickers, number one?
You mean
on the other hand, we are very worried about the presence of those people.
The presence of?
Those Ghanaians under our custody. When I say custody, with the security.
Do you know that the state guards were present at the Navy?
I
was never informed.
Did you know that these migrants were even beaten at the Navy?
I had this over the testimony of one of the...
Just answer the question.
No.
Did they tell you that these people were distributed to various facilities under police command?
The IGP did not tell me.
But on Monday, you had meetings in your office. Correct? And you said you were worried about the remaining migrants. That's what you said, right?
But I was informed by the IGP.
No, answer the question. You said...
Yes.
During that meeting, you were worried about the remaining migrants. Why?
Because imagine a large number of people were arrested for penetrate this country. They got arrested. And we believe this is some others are on the run. So if they have to arrest them at the wrong place, they may corner them also.
But what's the reason why you were worried for them?
Sometimes
Was that the reason why you were worried for them?
Yes.
That's not the case, Mr. Jack.
I should be worried only for the purpose of those people, because yet still we don't identify who nationality they belong to.
And that was your worry? Wasn't it your worry that these people are safe? In view of the fact that you have just discovered 8 dead bodies?
Yes, 8, huh?
No say.
No say. I was really worried that something must have been going wrong.
Were you worried as to their safety?
For the detainees?
Yes.
I was not worried then. I was not worried because I felt they must be in safe hands.
Did you in fact inquire as to where they were?
At Baba Job's compound.
The question is, did you inquire as to where they were?
Where the detainees were?
Yes.
IGP told me.
What did he say?
He said the NIA kept them at the Baba Job's compound.
Did he tell you that the majority of them were in fact in police stations?
He did not tell me that. It was later. We reached there.
So what happened after that? After your meeting on Monday?
We started our tour of the provinces. Familiarization tour.
And
did the IGP go with you?
Yes.
So here you are, the worst crime in the country post November 11 has just happened.
November 11,
And you all upped and left? No investigations?
We will come to that later.
Let's come to that now.
At that point in time,
yes.
Our familiarization tour. Prior to that, we met all the stations within the Greater Banjul area.
You visited all of them?
Within the Greater Banjul area, yes.
Did you go to Kairaba station?
Before the crime.
When did you go there? When did you go there?
I can't remember the date. There was a schedule in the ministry.
So where did you go in the Greater Banjul area?
We have visited the stations at Banjul.
When?
It was before the celebration. Just to make things fast. We may decide to go to 2 or 3 stations in a day, jump some days. It's not every day. With the Greater Banjul area.
Did you make sure that there was an investigation? You are the IGP. Sorry, you are the Minister of Interior. This terrible thing has happened in the country. It's your responsibility to investigate these killings.
But if we were sidelined, how can I investigate?
Who sidelined you?
The process, the DNI was investigating. This would be we leading the investigation. But when I talked to the DG, he said that they were investigating something. That's what I said. We cannot investigate that. They were given the product. I said, how comes?
You are mixing two things, Mr. Jada. You are mixing the situation of the migrants under custody and the dead bodies found near Ghana Town.
Ani nyim furol mene yalan ko ye wollel je Ghana Town dala.
You have told us already that Daba Marena told you that they are investigating about those apprehended and they would release them later.
Ye infonya ko ko Daba Marena ko nyimol mutamol de be kula kisikisi kele ko ro bari be bulala la nyar do mande.
The question I now ask about is these dead bodies. Did you ensure that it was investigated?
Minin karo mel sa en kam ngini ga wala ngini nyim furol la ko ro fo ya kata ko ferol landi la bankajo ko ila ko ya kisikisi.
Prior to our departure, I told the IGP, now for IGP, your investigation team to Ghana Town. Not only to investigate there, you need to pacify the Ghanaian community there. They must be traumatized. So he was to send an investigator to the site, because this has nothing to do with the detention of those people, as we saw the thing. But
Mr. Jatta, isn't it or wasn't it the case that there was no inclination on the part of the government to investigate this matter?
The mere fact that things did not go in the right way, it could be. Let me start from there, because I don't stand as an evidence to say this. I had this from Mr. X to say that do not investigate this. The procedures were broken.
Okay, let me ask you from your part.
Yeah.
Did you ensure that the IGP investigate the matter?
For those at the Ghana Town.
Yes. Pardon?
I instructed him to investigate.
And did he investigate?
I think so, because we left that Monday.
Did you receive a report about the investigation?
When I told the IGP, I'm coming, you see, I like to take some distance to look at it.
Did you receive a report?
There was some staggering information coming from the IGP. I started getting very suspicious of he himself. That I will never get the correct information. After the tour, when we came back, it was a 3 to 4 days tour. When we came back, we told him that go and look after some of these problems. Let's have our independent investigation and we see what we can do. It never happened. We pressurized him.
How did you pressurize him?
Simply reminding him.
Did you write to him and inform him that he was investigating?
He is part of my council. He is part of my council. He's seeing me. He can see me anytime, any moment.
Did you send a letter asking for a report?
No.
Did you go to Yaya Jammeh and inform him that you have instructed the IGP to investigate the matter and he wasn't investigating it? Answer now.
No.
So you just kept quiet?
I was concentrating on preparing my report.
Yes. Were you in fact interested in this matter? Truth be told.
Halfway. When I mean halfway,
in fact, you were not interested at all. In fact,
yes.
You all knew that it was the state that killed these people and you were not interested in conducting any form of investigation whatsoever.
Atolbe alon ne ko mansakunda be marle nyimol la faro la wala sabu alma hani sula kilin sota ko nyinda pour ka ko kiskita lar ko la ta nyaaw nyanyar ndi nyama.
That's the truth.
Carry the burden.
Yes.
But let me
you did not wish to carry the burden. You closed your eyes to it with the full knowledge that the burden rested at State House and also on all of you who are service chiefs and security ministers. You all kept quiet. You helped the government cover up the situation.
Aliya duno mundo be to State House where aliya long komansala bulo ba koma.
Let me just take a step.
Answer the question. Yes or no?
Yes. Allow me to take a step back.
So your answer is yes.
Yes.
All of you were involved in a cover-up. Answer now.
Yes.
You were saying we couldn't come out to say what? Could you answer?
As a team to approach this problem.
Because
in between, I and with my men, we sense that a deal must have gone terribly wrong. These people, these migrants, I don't rule out that our securities have been taking money from them, and this time it must have gone terribly wrong with them.
What
were other cases? In my report, I almost mentioned Tanje, but I couldn't verify that one. There were times they arrested some migrants at Tanje.
But in this particular case, it's not just some random security officer who caught a migrant and try to get a buck or two from the person.
Bari nyindoga manke ko security dole sotonda wala kanto tankada do kulalu men yalon ko mo danta muta ibakata kampur ka femute bulu.
This is state execution by agents from State House.
Yes, muban ko la do kulalu fawle la moluti men faro
background.
Just answer now. This
For sure.
It's not coming. I can see the screen.
Oh,
it's not coming.
For sure.
So you are accepting that this is state ordered execution by soldiers from State House. You are accepting that. You accept that?
And this is from the Interior Minister.
Yes.
For sure.
And all of you kept quiet.
So I was
none of you came out
to learn. You see, this is why sometimes when you don't allow me to learn, I'll go out and talk. You see, under these circumstances,
Babukar, in fact, now if you do that,
no control over me.
Excuse me,
if you exhaust me, now I cannot mention any other thing outside. Now we are coming with the last question.
Listen.
You were here busy bugging me, telling me that I went out giving out information, and I was telling you from the onset. I was the head of an institution in the army. When you ask me policy-related questions, and now we are coming.
You do not determine the type of questions you are asked.
Well,
and this time round, if you go out and you tell things to the media that are different from what you told the commission, I would make an application that you be held for contempt.
No problem.
Okay, fine, fantastic.
Our job is very
and be our guest and test us, and you will see.
Let me now you see, I want to tell you something that has gone out of my mind. That's why sometimes allow me to. I want to say that honestly, if that investigation had been under me,
then what?
Because the whole thing went into the wrong hands.
But Babukar,
you know the characteristics of a combatant, a person who comes to attack you. We know. And we are going to assess you on that base. I have mentioned that here. But this did not qualify them. But and worst of all, they were arrested by unarmed persons, police officers, whom they have outnumbered. But if it goes into the hands of somebody, now you see the problem that they have laid in my hands.
But how did they go in the wrong hands? These people were entrusted into the police, hands of the police.
Sa inarna ta bulu kono nyaade me alon ko ba manke bulu tilin no ka do nyum mol me alon ko yedi police ole.
Sorry. Yes.
Marina told me this was an executive order.
Marina ko nyimmi banku nyaton ko la kawleti.
What do you mean by that?
That they should be in possession of those guys.
What do you mean by this was an executive order?
He said it was from the president. I said, okay, fine. The president has the right to direct wherever any department to investigate this if he had the clue.
Ako president wale kayan ko nyimu itolle la kuti. Ako ha bitul president falan diata nyonyandi nyama kisikisiro la karola. Asiyo Mario Lubulala.
And let me why is it very aggressive? Let me aggravated. Let me come to that. We were in a festive mood. In most cases, during this activity, we tend to strengthen our security network at the borderline. This is a norm in all security. After when Israel attacked Egypt,
let's not go there.
Everybody, we all adopted the same attitude. Wherever we go, whenever there's a national event, borders, we strengthen ourselves.
You said Marina told you that there was an executive order.
Yes.
Did that executive order include to kill these people?
To investigate them.
But you told us just moments ago that these people were executed by agents of the state from State House.
I do accept that for the simple reason there were testimonies.
But
And by virtue of those who were involved, there was no question mark, rather ethic. The mere fact that we mentioned the junglers.
I'm listening.
Serious problems.
In fact, we all know, or you would tell us, that the signature of the president is written all over this event.
Unless you want to drill me to say yes.
Not his physical signature. His hand is in all this that has happened.
Even over me, he's my boss.
Let me change it. These killings could not have happened without the president sanctioning them.
Don't quote me for that.
Do you agree?
I will resend that question.
Okay. We know that the killings were done by the junglers. They have come here and confessed that. And I would be a little unfair to you on this, including by your brother, Malik Jatta, who came here and said, yes, he participated in those killings because they received orders from the president through Solo Boja.
As a canon of Tina Bag and Ningman Fenke, and my bill on a phone boko, my back on a memo jumblati, another than I have for Janko Adabo and Faro Conaland, come away all sort of president will pounding a Tatan in Solo Boja and Solo Boja no count our friend little Fanama.
Yes. I trust that information. Because some lives were lost.
No, lives were not lost. Lives were taken.
Now, if some element of the security force can say we were in the forefront,
They were not in the forefront, they did it.
They were under the president's office. If there were any, these people should be arrested first if they had done the wrong thing.
You are going off tangent again.
Okay.
The question is, these killings were sanctioned from State House. From everything that we have seen.
Yes.
Could you answer now for the cameras? Let everybody see you.
Yes. I'm meant to believe. I believed that was from the State House.
About a State House.
By Yaya Jammeh.
Is the president for sure?
Tell him president.
Mr. Chair, time for the break.
They were sanctioned from the State House. Witness has been very, very clear on that point.
Yes.
That these migrants were murdered by agents of the state from State House. You were Minister of Interior.
Yes.
You confirmed that to this commission.
From the commission, from my own
no
belief.
prevarication.
Yes.
Banko for do kulalu menu bata mansakorda nyinto State House wala for multi menu fa.
The state was responsible, you as Minister of Interior, for the murder of these summer migrants.
Amunta banko for le nyinto fa andu tembo itlo minister timemata banko kankunyal.
For sure.
Tonyala.
That's good. I'll take you back before we take the break. The two questions I asked you, you went round and round rambling and did not answer them. I will ask them again. The first one is exactly the sequence of speakers to Jammeh at the VIP section in McCarthy Square. Maninjumal bulata nyono melodi amutaya Jammeh Makati Square memfolo tata membulata onoma melodi amutaije. You answered them at the point you didn't know what they said to Jammeh. I wasn't asking that. I just wanted to know in the order in which the movement was made to Jammeh to tell him what was happening at Barra. Nilinkarote ajabu nyamengole minti ima long ya memfae katwali bejang faring nyolale. Ntela nilinkarote otide na nilinkaru momenti jumale fulodi ya mutai membula tao noma ani membula tao noma ye noma nyamenkadi ya mwa ya ngawale nilinka.
Mokalam I was not aware of that. I know that I talked to him. But seeing any other person secretly coming to him to talk to him, I've not seen that for sure. I did not pay attention.
Mang hakilo tuje. Kafoko security la karola modo soto ntamena tadia mwaye mang hakilo tuoto. You didn't say that Sonko spoke with the president?
No, he talked to me.
I
talked to the president.
So no one else spoke to the president as far as you know?
I was aware of this. I did not see anybody talking to the president. It could be before. Because I said, I heard it from this testimony. These people were almost at the Navy headquarters transporting these people with the bus. And by the time I talked to the president, that was just a late information. But I nobody informed me.
The second question was exactly what you said to Jammeh.
Let me repeat it again. I went to Jammeh to inform me exactly what the IG told me. He said that.
No, what did you say? When you said,
yes.
Tell him what the IG said to you.
But the IGP has just informed me of some men that have entered the country here with canoes. But were arrested by the were being arrested by the police and other services.
Bari police ni tankada bunda do la mulu be mutakanne.
Yes.
Ha.
Did you or did you not say that they were perhaps some mercenary, migrants?
No.
You didn't use the word migrant at all.
No. I apologize for that.
Fine. Thank you very much. We will take a 30-minute break for coffee and come back at 12:40. Meeting is adjourned.
The pride we take in our brand, the work we put into constantly change the landscape and elevate real estate in the Gambia, it's compared to none. From inception, our goal was to add value to the beautiful Gambian landscape. That's why we are proud innovators of community estates. Kololi Sands is an exceptional piece of work, tailored for ultimate convenience and luxury, to bring you an element of finesse that is rare but unique in its own. This is also our pride and joy, and we welcome you to the exquisite beauty right here in Kololi and right here on the waterfront. Kololi Sands, feel the ocean breeze at your doorstep.
The Gambia may be the smallest country in Africa, but it will host the second largest gathering of world